Hello everyone, and thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Mademoiselle Lynna, and you can find me online at www.scottishsunflower.com. Today we are here to do the Capricorn Tarotscope for January 2024. In order to prepare for this reading, please focus on the question that you desire the answers to most. The Significator. This card represents you or the situation you are asking about. Here we have the Six of Cups from the Shadowscapes Tarot. She wanders along the path until she comes to her destination. The creek burbles along its bed not far below her chosen spot, and she sets up her table and teacups to receive her visitors. First her friends from home, with their shiny button eyes and thread-sewn smiles. And then the shyer ones begin to creep forth from the shadows and hollows of the woods. The sylphs and nymphs from the glassy water below, the dryads from the birch and beech and oak, and the goblins from under. These are the companions she has been waiting for, and she greets them cheerfully. They are drawn forth by her innocent chatter and by the mind that has not yet been chained by boundaries of what must be and definitions of impossibility. In her world, fish are not bound by the water of the creek. They may swim through the air above that glassy path. And the sylvan company she entertains at her table are as welcome as the ones made of cloth and stuffing. The Queen of the Fairies steps forth, and the fantastic retinue draws back. But the girl just smiles, pours a cup of tea, and offers it with a smile. The Six of Cups is a reminder of childhood innocence, good intentions, noble impulses, simple joys and pleasures. It is not meant to be overly sentimental, but more an urging to remember the open-mindedness of a child's perspective, and to push back the narrowness that folds in on you over time, with the complexities of life and responsibility. This covers you. This card represents the general atmosphere around the focus of the reading, whether the focus be you or a situation. The covering card gives a metaphor of the energies at work. Here we have the Page of Pentacles from the International Icon Tarot. The Page of Pentacles is comfort and gift-giving, generosity. This crosses you. This card represents the energies arrayed in the opposition to the cover card. Here we have the Knight of Pentacles from the Prairie Tarot. A handsome cowboy sits astride a handsome prancing horse. In the sky hangs a golden eagle coin, and the distance is a decorative fence line. The cowboy appears prosperous and responsible. This is confidence, groundedness, decisiveness, honor, good character, loyalty. Patience is required because news about money will arrive in its own time and not before. This card can represent an utterly trustworthy and reliable person with a strong work ethic. Or the Knight of Pentacles can indicate money matters, old traditions, or patient research. The root of the matter. This card is a metaphor for everything that is the foundation of the covering card. This card reveals the root of the matter. Here we have the Two of Wands from the Tarot of Trees. Two pines on a hill are nourished by water through their trunks. A serene sky and purple mountain frame the scene. The Two of Wands is about individual courage and greatness. This is a card that is similar to the Magician in the Major Arcana, but has one major difference. This is about personal strength, personal energy, and individual creativity. Personal power is an invigorating force that fills you up and gives you the courage and strength to be great. Look carefully at your goals and activities and make sure you are using power wisely, not just for its own sake. This card may also stand for extra daring or incentive. The time has come for you to be bold. Forget the old approaches. Give yourself free rein and you'll be amazed by the results. The number 2 can also signify a union, a discovery through cooperation or effort. While the Ace of Wands is a spark of creative inspiration, the 2 represents the clear vision to carry it out. The past. This card describes energies that are ending or waning in the situation. Here we have the World from Shadowscape's Tarot. The pulse of the world ripples in an affirmation of all the life that it holds and all the death that passes. Every leaf and tree, every creature, from the smallest insects to the great singing whales, the patterns that they weave, or as they are born and die and cycle onward, all tremble in unison with that single heartbeat, brought together by a mighty conductor. It is a wonderfully discordant harmony, the essence of balance, a unity of disparate parts. She sets the crown of insight lightly on her brow. She wears the girdle of truth. She reaches within and feels the lifeline that she is connected to as well. She touches it, and it is like a tangible presence in her heart, delicate but strong. The shining web of connections stretches from her heart and out into the ether. And then she reaches out with her mind above so high. She feels at one with the soaring birds, knows the stretch and strain of wing muscles flexing and balancing on the wind, knows the kiss of sunlight on her outstretched leaves and branches, feels the slow erosion of water on stone over the millennia. There is no past or present or later, for this heartbeat has pulsed from the first spark of the universe, and it will beat until the end of time. It is an everlasting moment of now, and the shimmering web of connection thrums gloriously hot in her veins. With a sudden clarity, she knows in that instant that she is blessed. Satisfaction and peace of mind, a successful conclusion, and the end is in sight. Achieving balance, melding and blending to bring together in unison the multiple songs of life. The world is a card of realized goals and prosperity. It is a state of completion, though not without a share of involvement and hard work to attain. When one's goals have been reached, there is a space, a quiet breath of a moment in time, when a feeling of ultimate fulfillment spills through the consciousness. It is a wondrous and precious moment, the culmination of hard work, to see your dreams come true and to know that elusively mythical treasure promised in fairy tales, the heart's desire. This crowns you. This card shows something that may happen, but is not certain to happen in the situation. Here we have the Ace of Wands from the Crystal Visions Tarot. The Ace of Wands represents a new creative venture or opportunity, inspiration, ambition, and potential. The Ace of Wands encourages us to move forward toward a goal with enthusiasm and confidence. Creative energy abounds, and it is time to harness that energy and move forward, putting fears aside in order to cultivate a dream. This card portrays a fire wand emerging through a cluster of snapdragon flowers. Crystal balls surround the wand, representing inspiration and intuition. A baby dragon wraps himself around the wand, symbolizing new, raw energy and unbridled creative potential. The future. This card shows what will most likely happen in the future. Here we have the Five of Swords from Ghosts and Spirits Tarot. In Goath's tragic poem, the Erlkönig is the personification of death. He appears to a sick child while riding horseback with his father, who tries to reassure his child that it is just the natural elements playing tricks on him. The child continues to relay his fantasies until he finally cries out, my father, he seizes me fast, for sorely the Erlkönig has hurt me at last." The alarmed father clutches his shuddering child and rushes home. But when they arrive, the child is dead. The rough ride reflects desperation. Spirits are all around, witnesses to the tragedy unfolding. The ground is crumbling beneath the charge, depicting a loss of control. Life can be unfair. The cruel, cold hand of a backstabber may render you disillusioned and defeated. If you are the one who dishes it out, prepare for a backlash. Hopes and fears. This card represents your hopes and fears in the matter. Here we have the Ace of Cups from Tarot of the Holy Light. The Ace of Cups shows a fountain overflowing every attempt to contain it, offering an endless stream of water, wine, blood, or soma for the people's refreshment and healing. In theology, this represents the fountain of eternal life. Classic associations with this card are the Holy Grail, the sacrament of baptism, a fountain of love and self-esteem, heart's home, and the mystical center. As such, it is the fountain at the heart of paradise. This idea of a tiered fountain mirrors the Kabbalistic doctrine of emanations, which teaches that as the divine poured out into the space dedicated to the creation, one sephira will fill up and overflow into the next all the way down the tree to Malhut. Just so, this ace expresses the benediction of water, which nourishes and heals us through the benevolence of heaven. In more practical terms, water is the common denominator of all the life forms on this planet. Where the springs are, that is where all the species will gather to make a life. This is why water is such an apt symbol of the consciousness inherent in matter. Water is a manifested psyche of earth, circulated and distilled by the moon. In the fountain we see the benefits of civilization being added to the natural blessing of the water itself. The action of the fountain introduces the two active elements, air and solar fire, to the feminine element water, enlivening it and purging out microscopic contagion. The water from this fountain, when poured upon a prepared spot of earth, will awaken the seeds of paradise that lie dormant in matter. Being the monad and prime mover in the suit of cups, this ace represents the dream of the soul, a symbol of the higher life that moves us deeply and can sweeten our lives if we surrender to it. This card is an unfailing source of balm for body, heart, and soul. When you see it, you can relax into a safety net of love, support, and communion. When the feeling is focused on the private inner life, including prayer and meditation, communion with nature and or spirit, one's psychic life of presentiment and intuition, the deep dream time, as well as the hormonal and emotional effect of these things as experienced by the body. At every level, from completely unconscious through brilliantly superconscious, the element water is there to nurture us and provide the moist matrix in which we feel ourselves. Family and friends. This card is a metaphor for the influences and energies of family and friends in this situation. Here we have the King of Cups from the Housewives Tarot. A deeply contemplative individual, the King of Cups seeks to forge meaningful relationships with anyone willing to enjoy a drink with him. Though his enigmatic demeanor suggests he is not entirely comfortable with his feelings. Once he throws back a few cold ones, he tends to open up. He also may represent the need to let go of sober intellect and get in touch with your spirits. Dreams and ideals. This card represents your dreams and ideals in the matter. Here we have the Knight of Cups from Ghost and Spirits Tarot. Undine was a changeling, born from the sea as a water sylph. Raised by mortals, she grew into an ethereal beauty. Born without a soul, the only way she could obtain one was by marrying a mortal. A knight named Holbrin fell under Undine's spell and took her to be his wife, but he did not remain faithful. A heartbroken Undine slipped back into her watery fairy world. On the day Holbrin was to marry his new love, he looked down into a well and saw the mesmerizing Undine. She rose up, took him in her arms, and receded back into the waters with his soul, leaving the shell of his body on land. The swirl of energy represents unmitigated desires and influences of the unconscious. Undine holds Holbrin's hand to her heart, fully revealing her affinity for human emotions. The fish and lilies bridge the connection between the earthly plane and the water of the subconscious. Love is in the air. Be open to the messages and/or proposals that may come your way. You may want to explore deeper emotions, but take care to not be blinded by infatuation. What will come? This card represents the outcome of the question, the progression of events in the situation, the end of the story. Here we have the Page of Wands from Mystic Dreamer Tarot. A woman stands holding a wand. She is gazing downward, focusing, as if trying very hard to keep still. This page indicates a creative restlessness, pent-up energy, and perhaps some frustration. She has passion and desire, but she just isn't quite sure how to put it to good use. This is someone on the verge of a discovery or new phase of life. The sooner she is able to start that new phase, the happier she will be. Pages also represent messages. In this case, possibly a message about a new job or career, travel, or something of a spiritual nature. I hope this reading has helped you and will help lead you and guide you throughout the month. If it has helped you and you feel like it will help someone else, please feel free to share this video. And as always, remember to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. If you would like a more detailed and in-depth personalized reading, you can book online at www.scottishsunflower.com. I look forward to speaking to you soon. Love you bunches. Bye-bye.